Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to 15 Good Minutes. It's your guy, Coach B, and I'm here with Freddie. Freddie, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, another beautiful day. How's everyone doing out there?
It's been kind of hot here this week, man. I think I was talking to you earlier today, like 94 and probably 85, 90% humidity. Want to say hey to JR. He is still rehabbing. I think he's home now, which is a good sign. We still miss you. We're still looking for it. Looking forward, I should say, to when you come back. Get well soon.
Get well, my man.
We'll talk about a couple of things, but I want to open up with the results from last week's question of the week, which was, I'm kind of paraphrasing to help me out here, Freddie. How frequently do you go into your online bank account just to check the status? Thereabouts, right?
Right.
So we know Freddie is in about every 90 minutes. I said I was every 4 or 5 days. Everything we got back was either once a week or 4 to 5 days. Of the 11, we got 11 different responses in, and you're the only one, my friend. Now, let me say this. I did not get a chance to talk to JR. I think he's one of those, I got to be in there every couple hours too.
While I'm checking this account, I might as well check them all. Make sure there's no funny business going on and, make sure my money is good. But if you check it every 1 day or every 4 to 5 days, this means you just got too much money on your hands. And I'm trying to get to that level,
Yeah, whatever. I think I understand where you're at. I think with me, I'm probably just more trusting of the financial institutions. I've been in situations where I've gotten a text or a call that said, "Did you buy whatever?" I'm like, "Nope." They took care of it. They've overnighted a card when needs. So you're right. I mean, they're out there, and they got all kinds of ways that they try to set us up and stuff. It's a shame, but security is better and better. I think I talked to you about this last week. I now request cards that have the chip on it because it doesn't require me like you were talking about at the gas station, the scammers. That's when they put something in the slider. Right. There's no slider with a tapping you out. You don't enter no numbers, no pins, no nothing. You hit it and it says pump your gas. Yep. So getting used to that. And I think I told you, I'm still kind of struggling a little bit with the whole iPhone security thing. I'm not ready to put my credit card information on a phone. The important message from the question of the week was, be on top of it, whatever on top of it is. And here's the other thing. It doesn't have to be one way or the other. You could have a situation like buying a home like you recently did, or refining a home like we recently did. You got to check it a little more frequently because you can't have any hiccups in your financial history for whatever that time is until you go to close it. But then when that's over, maybe you can relax it. So, just being on top of it's pretty cool. But I thought it was a great question of the week because I was totally shocked last week when Freddie told me, how frequently he goes in there. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But he was not kidding. He was 100% serious.
When I wake up in the morning and my phone is on the stand, I look at it, see if I have any text messages come through overnight or whatever that I missed. And then I go in before I get out of bed. Hey, check every account. All right, cool. There was no, there was no, no nonsense going on overnight. Check it again, maybe around lunchtime or what have you. Check it again around, late afternoon. Make sure there is nothing going on.
And the audience doesn't know, but we started a little bit late today because I told Freddie I needed 10 more minutes on my beans. I cook beans. I mean, I there's a few things that I cook really well. Beans is one of them. Ribs, secret ingredient for ribs. You gonna take a guess what it is?
Molasses.
Coca-Cola. Yep.
I made some yesterday. Some ribs.
I'm gonna send you my recipe. I want you to try it. You'll never go back. And anybody listening, if you want it, you know how to hit us up. Coca-Cola, it's insane. If you guys are into beans, today's choice is something called Mayo Koba. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but these beans come from California, from a place called Rancho Gordo. Look them up online. I mean, gourmet if you're into beans. And when you order, you get all kinds of stuff. They send you literature, stuff from the website. I've gone through half a bag of this one for red beans and rice. The one I just did today was Rancho Gordo, my all-time favorite. I only have the label because I ate them all. The Alubia Blanca, it's a white bean. I'm telling you, great flavor. If you get older like me, it's really good for you. You know, it's a good side. There's sometimes when I just have that as part of a meal group. So I'm good with beans, Freddie. I'm good with ribs. I'm good with burgers. What's your go-to thing that you cook?
I went in, I bought these massive, tomahawk pork chops, right? And so I bought them and I said, all right, cool. And then I got some flank steaks. I'm gonna make a slab of ribs. So I go and I get a slab or whatever, And so they had these, it was two different cuts. It was a St. Louis style. I prefer St. Louis style because the presentation of the rib, it's prettier. And then you had the baby back. Like after tonight's taping, I'm actually gonna go throw on the grill some New York strip steaks.
There you go.
I have some shrimp that I'm marinating in some olive oil, some Old Bay, some fresh cut diced garlic, some rosemary is just all in there. I have some asparagus that I'm gonna throw on, just to heat it a little bit. And then so it's just really the mood that I'm in, to be honest with you. Saturday night, I had the pork chops. The pork chops were literally probably about, including the bone, it was probably about 14, 15 inches long, but it was just so tender in the meat. So it just really depends on what I'm feeling like, what vibe I'm feeling. It may be fish. I just throw it on the grill.
I also like to have breakfast for dinner. I don't know if many.
I love
people,
that too.
Yeah, it's nothing for me to, omelet with some potatoes. Whatever. I'll go all in sometimes just on getting breakfast for dinner. So I think you reach a point, and hopefully most people are there. Eat when you want. I'm not on any particular schedule. Eat what you want in moderation. I mean, as you get older, like for example, I eat oatmeal every day, not because I have to. I just like it, and it turns out that it's good for me. Hopefully, people will get an opportunity to do some cooking or some grilling now that the summer is here. Any quick thoughts on the NBA Finals? You've got Boston and Golden State. By the time people watch this, game one will have been played. Game two is this Sunday.
I think it's going to be a very entertaining series. I would think that Golden State, barring any major injuries, I think Golden State will pull it out in 6. I think Steph is going to be consistent. Win or lose per night, he's probably going to get you anywhere between 20 and probably 33 any night.
I think Boston needs Tatum to have 40 almost every night to win, and I don't think he can.
Right.
He gets help from Brown. He gets help from Marcus Smart. He gets really good defensive help from Williams, but and the kid White, I think that's his name, has been playing lights out. Hats off to him. He was a big reason I think that Miami lost. Wiggins, X factor. Looney, what he's been doing defensively, totally amazing. I can't count out Draymond. If he's focused, game changer. I like the fact that Boston's first year coach got to the finals. I think that's pretty cool because everybody was telling him to split up, Brown and Tatum, and he didn't, so he stuck with that, which is pretty good. And, first year guy getting to the finals, tip of the cap. I just hope that the series is good. This thing goes to the 19th of June, the 19th of June.
Shout out to the coach. I did not know that. I saw this today. I was just looking at some of the news feed. I didn't know that he's engaged to Nia Long. I didn't know. I was like,
okay. My Boston's coach.
Yeah, Boston's coach. Hey, you got good taste. Good coach. I mean, shout out to my man. I mean, he's good.
I got a basketball related question of the week, so I don't mean to alienate anybody, but this is really for my guys that have coached. Do you consider a bad shot a turnover? We do what's called a plus minus on every player, right? So we're grading your entire performance. Some things, I think the thing in our system that gets you the most points is taking a charge. That's 5 points. Everything else is somewhere between 1 and 5. I see more and more people taking bad shots that the other team gets a rebound, Freddie, and then they're out. So we track that as a turnover. Now, what's a bad shot? Just simply a bad shot, or it can be a shot that you didn't want the player to take due to time and situation. You're up 3 with the ball. You got the whole shot clock. There's only 2 minutes left in the game. I'm not saying hold it, but you want to be judicious about what shots you take. A bad shot can be the wrong person taking the shot. You draw up a play. You know that you want, your big guy to get, you want it in the post, and then you got a guard who launches a 3-ball. You know how those 3-ball rebounds end up being a long outlet. So we track those as turnovers. You can get a double negative, but there's only one way you can get a triple negative. You take a bad shot, so you get negative points for missing the shot. You also get gig because that became a turnover. The other team's going the other way. We do something called points against. So every time the other team scored, we have to assign that to someone. So no matter who's running back to defend that play, if they make that bucket and you took that bad shot, the points against go against you. That's the triple threat. So what I'd like to know from some of the other coaches, does anybody else consider a bad missed shot a turnover? But when you miss a shot that the coach didn't want you to shoot or is wrong in wrong time and situation, it can be the difference between winning a game and losing a game. Not any missed shot, but a bad missed shot. You can draw up a play and your player takes the shot like Jimmy Buckets did the other night. You can miss. That's fine. But if the wrong guy's taking that shot, you consider it a dumbass shot, a bad shot, an ill-advised shot, an ill-timed shot, any of those things. To me, that is a turnover. What do you guys think?
I, for one, the shot that Jimmy took the other night, I think, considering how he played that game and the previous game, I think, and he was the most consistent on the team.
Right.
And mind you, you had Al Horford backing up, so Al was protecting the paint. So if you're going to have anybody take the shot, it was Jimmy. It just didn't drop. The brother had played at that point, 47 minutes. His legs was probably a little heavy,
I got no problem with Jimmy taking that shot, man.
I had no problem.
He put that team on his back.
It just didn't drop. If he had made it, his greatest shot, and so it's it's one of those things to where it is what it is. But you got to even give him credit for even being in position to have to take that shot. But
it is a conversation we have to have. I had a couple people tell me that in the NBA they think that the front row fans are too close. I saw Steph get tripped up by the beer guy in the previous series. A couple of they are literally packing him in right there. And the question is, can some of these arenas move him back? So I'm going to look into that, see if I can dig up enough stuff so we can have a full conversation.
I don't think so. You know why I don't think so? Because if you are paying in excess of $10,000-$15,000, if a player sweats on me, I want the drip. I
don't want anybody to get hurt. I think you can pay your $10,000 and be 3 feet back. Don't change. I'm not saying you change the baseline around the court. I'm saying a person's feet shouldn't be in that painted area.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
That part of it, just for the safety of the players. So
right.
I'm going to look into it and see if it's the same around some other arenas. We'll put something together and get back with folks. So once again, glad everybody was able to join. We really do appreciate you guys taking the time. Thanks for coming in on the banking survey. We appreciate that. All my basketball coaches, please weigh in on Twitter, 15 Good Minutes, or right here at youtube.com/15 Good Minutes with whether or not you think an ill-advised or bad shot should be a turnover. Freddie, I feel like I say this every week. You're traveling again. So safe travels, my man. JR, we hope to see you here real soon. Get well soon. We got your spot ready to go. For everybody else out there, thanks for rocking with us, and we will see you guys next week.